Hello everyone. Yeah, it's a beautiful day, isn't it? I mean, it's a perfect day for having a walk and having a conversation. There's no snow anymore. I mean, there are signs of it still, but it hasn't snowed since a couple days ago. But it's really cold. It's still really cold, and I don't have any gloves on, and I wish I had a hat too with me because it's kind of getting freezy. The other time that I talked to you, I was preparing for a debate that I had at university, and I did it. It was awful. I mean, I hated it. My partner, my component, the other person that I had to do the debate with, didn't show up. So just like an idiot, I had to do the debate all by myself. And because I was kind of waiting for it to come, I had to, present my ideas at the end of the class. So by that time, everybody had already left. And it was the last session too. So it was humiliating. I cannot talk apparently. But it's okay. I don't know if I can pass or not yet. Apparently I can. I can see the green light at first. It's a nice country, but people really don't care that much about lights. So still, if you're passing the street, if you're crossing the street, you kind of have to be careful not to be run over. But I had another presentation the other night. Last night it went really smoothly. I liked it. Last night, after a long time, I started playing some video games, and I love video games. I always love video games, but I think last time I talked about it a little, that I'm thinking about buying a console like an Xbox or PS5 when I got back. But I've been kind of busy with my work and everything, so I haven't been able to play that much. But that's kind of weird. I mean, the other night when I was playing, I thought to myself, so the reason that I'm working hard is so I can enjoy my life, right? So I can have the opportunities or the security that can let me enjoy my life. So if I'm not gonna just put some time for enjoying my life, some leisure, some me time, so there's no point to it. I mean, you might say like, I'm gonna work now, and later in life I'm going to just start enjoying. But I don't think that's gonna work, because what's gonna happen later in life? I mean, I'm gonna be the same person, and I'm gonna have more work to do. So if I don't let myself having some fun time to time, I'm not gonna be able to do that in the future either. At least that's the theory. But it's so awesome when you play video games. I used to love only like action games, shooter games. Gear series have always been my favorite. But I mean, from time to time, I enjoy a little bit of role playing, and I still play Skyrim. I mean, I don't get tired of it. Cyberpunk was a bummer. I remember the first time that I actually, was engaged in playing video games was, I had that Nintendo console back in the day, and I used to play Super Mario on it with my neighbors, and it was really fun. I think it was Nintendo, right? I remember there were like two types of consoles back in the day, and there was another console that my friend had, and we could play Sonic on it. At least that's what I remember. But I like both of them. I mean, Sonic and Super Mario, I played them like thousands of times. Then I remember I had this other friend who was kind of new to our neighborhood, and I went to her house, and I was like, I don't know, like 10 years old or a little older than, it was about 9, 10, around that time. And that was the first time that I ever saw PlayStation. And the first game that I played on it was Pepsi Man. There was this, I think, promotional game about Pepsi. There was this guy that just ran through the city, and you had to control it to, to get past the obstacles and stuff. And on the way, get as many Pepsis as you can, and try not to fall off, because there were many traps and stuff. But I loved it. And then I remember, I really wanted one. I don't know if I ever told my parents that I wanted one, for my birthday or something, or not, because I was pretty shy about asking something from my parents. But I remember like telling them that how much I'm enjoying playing that in my neighbor's house. And I think a couple of months after that, my brother was born, and for some reason my parents thought to themselves that they need to get me something. I don't know why. Maybe they wanted me to think that my brother has gotten it for me, with his birth. But that was a cute idea. I liked it. I was really surprised. I remember that night my dad always came home late from work, but that specific night I remember that he came home pretty late, and my mom said that your father is just busy doing something somewhere else. and he's gonna be home. Don't worry about it. And when he got home, he had a package in his hand, and it was a PlayStation. And I had 2 games with that too. There was this Pepsi Man that I loved so much, and there was Tekken 3. And boy, I mean, I was hooked, man. I mean, I loved it. Especially Tekken. I remember like Tekken was, you had to like there were these characters that they were like free to use, but there were many other characters they were locked. So there was an incentive to it, you know. You had to use those characters, those free characters, to go and fight off like the enemies, and there were like 10 stages of enemies, and you had to fight them off. And hello, sorry. And yeah, when I succeeded in killing all of them, my prize would be a new character, you know. And that was so cool. But the problem was, I'm remembering this stuff as I'm telling you. The problem was that, like, I think there's an embassy or something here. I hope they don't have any problem with me taking videos. Anyways, so there was a problem. So back then there was no internal memory. So every time that I turned off my console, everything that I had worked for disappeared. I mean, like, all those locked characters that I had opened, all of them went back to being locked after I turned off and turned on my console. And for saving that, I need this like extra memory that I had to buy. It was called memory card. I had to buy memory card. And let's turn here, I think. Yeah, we can come here. Yeah, there was this memory card that I had to buy, and it was pretty expensive, at least for me, so I couldn't buy it with my allowance or anything. So yeah, I remember begging my parents for buying me that. And there were like 2 places for memory cards on the console, and each of them allowed you to like save, I don't know, like 5 times on it. So it was not unlimited, it was really limited. So yeah, I got that for, I think it was either for my birthday, or I did something, I don't know, my exceptional performance at a school or something like that. But yeah, that's a cool frog. Yeah, I hope I'm not invading anybody's privacy, but that was a cool frog. And I got it, and for the first time I could like start opening up all those locked characters, and it was like, I mean, I didn't do anything else. Then came like awesome videos, like there was Resident Evil 2. I remember it was 2 CDs, and like you could play it with 2 characters. A couple of years ago, I think a renewed version of that came out, and I got it and I played it, and I really enjoyed it too. But like at that time, it was like something phenomenal. And after that, there was Resident Evil 3, and it was scary. I mean, there was this character Nemesis on it, and Nemesis like was my favorite boss, and at the same time my worst nightmare. I remember there was this scene that, I mean, I had to, my character had to go upstairs for some task or something. Then I would come down, and as I was like passing the hallway, Nemesis would jump out of the, or jump in from the window. You smash the glass, jump in, and he had a bazooka with him too. And I mean, I screamed and screamed the first time that happened. That was so cool. Resident Evil 3 came out too. I mean, the revised version. Again, I loved it, but they kind of changed the whole game. It was not like only about quality. They changed the locations and stuff, and there was no, at least to my memory, there was no jumping in from the window to get me screaming again. Yeah. And Dino Crisis too. Like Dino Crisis. I wish they start, I don't know, making a revised edition of that too, Dino Crisis. That would be so awesome, man. But yeah, after that, like other consoles like Xbox 360, I didn't have like PS2, so I skipped that generation, but I got to Xbox 360 and then Xbox One. I was never a fan of playing video games on the computer. Not that I have a problem with that, I just never tried it. I mean, with console, you always have the benefit of controller that is designed for the game, so that made it a little bit like convenient. So yeah. There is a doggy. I love doggies. I think this guy was, yeah, pretty polite guy too. Most people just turn, they don't even look. But it's cool to see like polite people. I don't really know where I'm at now. Cut on fill, probably. No, I know where about, but I don't know the specifics. But it doesn't matter, I mean, it's happened to me that many times that I go even to a new city that I haven't been there ever, like it's the first day that I'm walking streets of that city, just go around and if I get lost, there are taxis or like Google Map that can come to the rescue. Anyways, let's call it a walk. And it's been cool. I enjoyed myself. I hope you enjoyed it too. And it would be really cool if you tell me about your memories with those old games and those old consoles. I mean, I would love to hear from you guys. Make a conversation. Love you guys. It's been awesome.